Hi, my name is Meg Booth, and today I have some exciting information to share with you regarding the Volunteer Toolkit. The Volunteer Toolkit will make troop planning a breeze. Once a troop has 2 registered leaders, you will have access to this cool online resource. The Volunteer Toolkit is something that you can access on any computer, tablet, smartphone, and plan your whole year with your girls. We'll go over the functions of the Volunteer Toolkit, but first a quick note of caution. As we always say, the best troops, the best Girl Scout troops are girl-led troops. So once you see how awesome this tool is, it could be really easy to go out and plan your whole year and not even ask the girls what they want to do. So make sure you engage the girls and sit down with them with your phone, your tablet, or gather around a computer if you have that opportunity, or put the information in after you've talked to them about what they like and what they want to do as you plan the year. So let's take a look at how we access the toolkit and where we're going to log in. The Volunteer Toolkit is actually found from our website under My GS in the top right-hand corner. You'll click on here, enter your password, and you'll have your choice of going to the Volunteer Toolkit or the member profile. Now, to get access to this, just to make sure everybody's clear, you need to have 2 registered adults that have had their background checks, and your troop is active. After that, you'll have editing access to this. You can send information to parents. You can plan your year, and we'll go through all the awesome tools that are here to make your life easier as a volunteer. I want to point out that parents will see information. They'll see their own personal information, and they'll see what the meeting plans are, but they won't have any abilities to make edits or changes. So let's take a quick look at the member profile, because everybody should do that. And make sure that the information that is in the database is correct. So this is my household, and I have a daughter named Daffy Duck, and then there is me, and it shows that I have actually 2 different troops that I am volunteering in. Now, if Daffy were to join a different troop, or maybe she wants to participate in the church troop, or the troop at school and in softball, you can add troops right here by clicking on the green hyperlink. You can also add another adult or child as the year goes on. Maybe somebody else wants to go camping, and you can add an adult or a child when their time to come for your family. And this is the household. It also has the family profile. So right here we see that Daffy and I have different addresses. Let's say that Daffy's address is wrong. Simply go to the edit button and type in the correct address. We need to change her zip code so she gets that. And if you see this, that Daffy has no email, we want to change that so that I'm receiving information so that about all the wonderful opportunities that she can do through Girl Scouts. I haven't gotten any information because it was a no email, so I did not get the information regarding summer camp. Hit save. Oops, school is required. Please be sure to put your correct school in there. And now if you see instantly, in real time, Daffy's information has been updated. Not only has it been updated here, but it's also been updated in our database. Now as a leader, I show my troops. If you have 2 troops, 3 troops, no problem. You can toggle between them simply clicking right up here, and it will give you a drop down of the different troops. So this is a listing of all of my troops, as well as the adults. And if you can see, if somebody says inactive and they really should be current, call your customer engagement manager. They can fix that in no time. Also down here, you'll see that you will be able to see other parents and when their background check expires and who's had a background check and who has not. If you want to view or edit any of this information or add, you can do that right here. Maybe your troop meeting time has changed. So you can hit View Edit, and you can change, you can say that they actually meet on Tuesdays, and that they meet monthly. You can put the time in. We don't meet in AM, we meet in the PM. And 3 p.m. We're a junior troop, and we would love to have more girls. We ask that when you put the location, you put it in the vicinity. So maybe it is in the vicinity of 21st and Girls School. Rather than putting the exact address, because this does show up, and we want to make sure that we don't put the exact address. Okay, hit save. And now that information will be seen, and if it's updated, and it's been updated. Maybe you move locations in the middle of the year. That's okay. Just change it right there, and it changes it everywhere. Which gives you a lot more control to promote this information. But let's go on to the toolkit, because that is the most exciting place that will make your life as volunteers easier. Click on Volunteer Toolkit on the right-hand side. And we're going to select the Volunteer Toolkit again. And the first thing when you come into this, if you notice up here, it gives me 2 choices. Remember, I had 2 troops. So we're going to work on the junior troop. That is what we need to make some changes on. And the first thing that you will see is this page. And it gives you a choice of 4 different choices. Your juniors can plan a badge year. They can do 2 different journeys, the second and the third series. This is the energy. This is Get Moving and Amuse. It gives you a description of what each journey is. Or maybe you want to do your own year plan. You're working on your Bronze Award. So select that. You can add whatever information you want, and there are pre-populated meeting plans that you can choose. Working on award winning. But maybe you want a couple petals. Simply select, and you can select one, and then view the meeting plans. So here the introduction badge. It's a badge that girls can earn. Let's say we select those meetings. And we can add them. Our girls are going to do a badge year, though. We're going to reset. So I've been playing in here before. So if you hit reset, everything that you had in there before is gone. So I've selected the badge year, and it's given me multiple badges. Keep in mind that the time of year I've started this video is later in the year. It is giving me 15 meetings. It's also showing me some milestones. So, first thing I want to do is let's look at some tabs up here. It shows my troop, my year plan, my meeting plan, and resources and finances. Let's take a step back and look at the My Troop, because there's some wonderful things to talk about here. Again, this is what we saw in the member profile, and you have every single person's information, and you also can update them. You'll have the opportunity to renew them when the time comes, which will start May 1st. You can also log their achievements and their meetings that they attend, and the achievements will be logged right here. From here, you also have the ability to email the contacts. You can email one, or you can email all of them. And it even has if you're using Outlook, check that box. It makes it easier. At the top here, you see you can add a photo of your troop, which your parents and guardians can see, and the girls as they're planning their year, or you can remove an old photo. It allows you to add one photo that's current for the year. So going back to the year plan, here we have, up at the top, we can specify the dates and locations that we're going to meet. Here are the days that we're not going to meet. And we're going to meet weekly, actually, because I want to make sure that we have time to get everything in. We're going to start on the 18th of the month, and we're going to be at 1 o'clock. All right. We're going to meet weekly. Here you can note your location. We're meeting at the girls' schoolhouse on Trefoil Lane. You can add another location for different meetings and edit everything there. The activities button at this point is not working, and when it works, we will give you additional information on that. All right, so we are set with where we're meeting. We're set with where we're meeting and the dates that we're meeting. And we're planning a junior badge year. So let's start planning. There are lots of junior badges that girls can earn. Right here it gives an idea of what you might want to earn, but maybe you want more. Or maybe you want, the girls have chosen different badges. You can simply pick badges and drag them and drop them in the order. I've pre-populated this with some of the badges that our troop has decided that they want to earn. When we did this, we had the Savvy Shopper for cookies, as well as customer insights. Now, if the cookie season were just starting, maybe I want to take this up to my second meeting because I want to get those girls understanding the cookie sales. So we're going to move that badge up to the third meeting after our first two where we've had our introduction and getting going and looking at the journeys and the badges. So I moved there. If you saw that, I just grabbed it and dragged it and brought it to the top. Okay? And I want to bring the Savvy Shopper up to the top as well. And again, it just instantly pre-populated it and made the date correct, moved it to the fourth meeting. So I want to go back to the dates and location because I want to update the calendar and show that you have to hit update for it to actually work. If you see, remember I had changed it to 1 o'clock, but I forgot to hit update calendar, so it didn't update. And we're going to be meeting weekly, and I'm going to update the calendar. Whoops. Time is wrong. All right. I believe you have to put a 0 in front. The great thing about it is it will tell you when you're wrong, and you just keep playing with it and get it to work. Okay, so this is telling me that this meeting plan for this will end June 30th. And the dates I've resulted are 14 meetings. Do I want to continue? Which means I've lost a meeting because there are only 14 weeks until June 30th. I say okay. And I've lost one meeting. So now we scroll down and we see that all the dates and the times are showing up on the meeting location. Just because it's not in this planner doesn't mean you can't do it. So on July 1st, we'll have that last meeting that fell off the books, and I'll squeeze it in. So that's how you set your year plan. Now let's take a closer look at a meeting plan. You can click here, or you can actually click on anything that's green as a hyperlink. So there are two ways to get to it. You can click Intro. And here's a meeting plan, all laid out. This shows you the complete information that you will need for this day. Okay? At 1 o'clock, the girls arrive. It gives you an agenda on what to do. It gives you the games. It has snack. It has decisions and a closing ceremony. It has each component of a troop meeting: opening, activity, business, snack, possibly another activity, and a closing ceremony. It gives you the meeting aids. If you click on this, it's a PDF. And here's an activity for junior girls, okay, that you can print, or if you want, you can ask other parents. Other parents will be able to see this, but they won't be able to make the changes that you can make. So you could ask Time's mother or father, can you print out the PDFs that are on meeting one? My printer's broken at home. Or are you able to help me lead a certain part of the meeting? This is a great way to involve parents and guardians and community people, volunteers who want to help with your Girl Scout troop. So here's another wonderful thing about this. First off, let's start at the top. Meeting overview. This gives you an idea. This is definitely what you want to read before you go into your meeting, and it will tell you everything that you're going to do that day. Gives you notes for volunteers, talks to you about what you need to prepare ahead, gives you tips, and it talks about snacks and how to help. Also at the very bottom shows you how to get help from your friends and family network. You do not have to do this alone. The toolkit will make it easier for you, but what you want to do is you want to involve as many parents as you can so that it lightens the load for you and makes it fun for all the girls to have their special ones with them at times. Up here it shows you that you can download as well as print any of this information. So if you're you don't want to have all the papers, you can download it to your phone, you can download it to a tablet, or if you need the papers because you don't have internet access at your meeting, just print it out. Right here, so that's the meeting overview. Activity plan, it goes through each activity that you're going to do in the meeting. Not too comfortable leading yet? That's okay. This can tell you exactly what to say if that's what you want. If you feel comfortable with it, this is just a guideline. You don't have to do this, but this is a guideline that will help make your life easier. Every activity plan will have a girl-led tip. It's real easy when we get on the computers to focus on just getting things done and not involving the girls. So here's options for the girl-led, and it goes step by step by step for the entire meeting. You also gives you a list of the materials that you will need for this meeting. Click on that, and that will show you every material that you need for your meeting. Want to make sure that everybody attends the meeting? Hit Edit Sent Meeting Reminder, and that will send. You can tell them send all the email addresses. Tells them the date and time. It's pre-populated. Click Send. Everybody should know that the meeting is from 1 to 2:30 tomorrow. One of the cool tips that I saw that came up was meeting attendance and achievements. If you click on that, you can put information in. You can hand your phone to one of the girls, have them take attendance. Super Scout wasn't able to make it, but everyone else was there. So you click Save, and when we go back and look at their records, their attendance will be recorded. If you see, it's pre-populating it. And now that attendance is recorded in all of the girls' records except for Super Scout. And as I said, here are all the meeting aids that you will need. Assign these tasks to other people to do. You don't have to do it all. So here's the meeting agenda, and as you're looking at it, you realize that this is right after lunch, so they don't need to have snack. Or maybe you want to have snack at the very end. Go ahead and grab it, drop it to the bottom, and it will take a second. And it's thinking. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer. It's early in the morning. And as you can see, it pre-populated and moved the snack down to 210. So in each of these, you can also click on it, and it will give you the agenda of that specific agenda. If you don't if you don't have time for the Girl Scout Law Relay, you can delete that. It will ask you, are you sure? Remove. And it's going to pre-populate the meeting again. And we'll scroll down a little. And as you can see, it updated the time as well. Now the meeting is ending at 2:05 because we took that 15 minutes out on the Girl Scout Law Relay. But we need to have a conversation about our field trip. So we're going to add an agenda item. Field trip conversation. And we're going to allot 15 minutes. And you're going to hit save. And it takes a second to pre-populate. Scroll down to the bottom now for your agenda. We have the field trip what you add will always end up at the bottom, and you simply move it to where you want. So we're going to move that to after the link game for our business. So after the game, here's a field trip conversation. If you click on it, it tells you what's going to take place. We're going to talk about being a sister to every Girl Scout, and Mary's going to lead this. Alrighty. And that's how you add an agenda item. You can add any meeting notes that you want. Add a note. Girl Scout cookie orders are due in 2 weeks. And if you save that, there it is. The wonderful thing about this toolkit is that kids get sick sometime, or maybe there's scheduling conflict. Your co-leader can instantly access this as well and take the ball and run with it. You can delegate a lot of things if an emergency came up, and the girls can still have their Girl Scout experience no matter if something comes up or not. So that is a meeting agenda. Let's scroll to the top here. You also have the option to replace this meeting if you wanted to change it. So the more you play in this, the more you will see all the benefits and how it makes life easier for you as a volunteer. Quick note, there is a resource section, which is a wonderful section that everybody should explore. If you want more on the volunteer toolkit tutorials, they're down here on the bottom right-hand side. But there is all our information regarding safety, transportation, working with money, parents, working with girls, working with parents. There are meeting aids. The meeting aids are the PDFs that I showed you under meeting plans. Those are all the meeting overviews for all the grade levels. So if your girls are brownies and they're going to bridge to juniors, you can look in the meeting overviews and select a junior badge because that's part of the bridging requirement, and you can add that to your meeting. Let's say this summer your girls have decided with their cookie money that they want to go canoeing. Before you do any adventure that is outside of your troop meeting space, it is important to go to our safety activity checkpoints. So simply click on that, or have one of the girls click on it, or another parent. And here's the information regarding canoeing. Click on canoeing. Well, that's not good. Let's try that again. We will pick another badge and see. We have an error on our computer, on our website. All of the safety activity checkpoints should be loaded right here, and we'll make sure that that's corrected by the end of the day. So, but do be sure to check the activity checkpoints prior to doing any events outside of your meeting. The finance tab is new. It's currently not accessed, but by next year, this will be where you submit your troop reports, as well as parents will be able to see the money that the troop has earned, as well as what things cost. They won't have editing rights again. Parents will only see what is in here, and if they have an email. If they don't have an email, they won't see any of this. So that concludes our presentation today. I do have an assignment for you. So your assignment is to log into the member community. Send an email to your troop. Suggestion: encourage guardians to check their family's information right now before we go into renewal time. This will make life so much easier for you. If you know that somebody's email address is incorrect, go ahead and update it at this time too. Explore the volunteer toolkit. See what resources you want to use. Understanding that right now you may already have your game plan for the whole year. That's wonderful. But go ahead and explore it for next year, or sit down with the girls. Add one badge or meeting to your troop, and for extra credit, edit a meeting or add a date for something your troop is doing. And share this with other troop leaders and parents, troop leaders and volunteers that you know. This is not something you have to use, but it is something that is there for you to make your life as a volunteer easier. If you have questions, feel free to contact me. My email is mbooth@girlscoutsindiana.org. And that concludes this lesson on the Volunteer Toolkit. Keep an eye on our website for more opportunities to learn more about the resources we want to help support you. And many, many thanks for all you do to build girls of courage, confidence, and character.